How is this boy feeling? Why do you think he is feeling that way? How do you know? What about the picture told you that? You know because you made an inference. You used clues in the picture to figure it out. Let's look at that picture again. The look on the boy's face is a frown. That tells us he is unhappy. His head is resting on his hand, which means he doesn't want to be there. He's staring at his vegetables but not eating them. By not eating them, we can tell that he probably does not like them. When you make inferences, you use clues to figure out more about something. It is fun to look for clues. You can pretend you are a detective. Let's look for some clues now. Watch this boy spinning the ball. Use the clues. What would you guess his favorite sport is? Now let's look at this room in a house. What time of year is it? If you guess Christmas, you're right. The decorations, like the tree, are clues. Ask yourself, what do the clues in the story tell me? There are some special clues in text that you can use to help you make an inference. Let's talk about them now. First, some clues are found in what the characters say. The children enjoy going to the fall festival every year. They love to pick apples and find the perfect pumpkins to carve. This year there was a haunted house. When Anna saw it, she shouted, "Cool, let's go into the haunted house. Can we, Mom?" "Sure, why not?" Mom answered. "What do you say, Juan? Do you want to go in?" She looked at her son. Juan looked at the haunted house and squeezed his mother's hand tight. He looked down at the ground. "Nah, haunted houses aren't any fun. Can we go get our faces painted instead?" We know that Juan really does not want to go in the haunted house and feels afraid. His words of, "Nah, haunted houses aren't any fun," tell us so. He even came up with a different idea so he wouldn't have to go. A second clue. Some clues are found in what the characters do. Let's look at one now. Randy slowly walked home from school. The clouds were gray in the sky above his head. He collapsed on the couch when he walked through the door and let out a big yawn. He had not slept much the night before. "Hey, Randy, want to go shoot some hoops at the park?" asked his little brother Arthur. Arthur was already wearing his sneakers and had the big orange ball in his hands. Maybe in a little bit, Artie," he said as he stretched himself across the soft, cushiony couch. His eyes felt heavy and started to close. Disappointed, Arthur asked, "What are you going to do then?" Let's make an inference based on what Randy did. Our inference is Randy is tired and is going to take a nap. We know this because he walked slowly, collapsed on the couch, yawned, stretched out on that couch, and his eyes began to close. Randy is probably going to go to sleep. And third, sometimes it is the pictures that give you the clues. Jordan and Taylor were walking along and came to a cave. "Should we go in?" Jordan asked. "I love exploring." "Me too," answered Taylor. "What's the worst that could happen?" We can infer that the kids probably shouldn't go in the cave because a bear is inside. The text does not tell us that, but the picture clue certainly does. Let's try one out. Ryan sat down at the kitchen table with his two sisters and his best friend Max. He couldn't wait to eat the chocolate cake that sat in front of him. There were so many presents and balloons. Ryan was feeling so happy, he said, "I can't wait to blow out the candles." What can we infer? We can infer that it's Ryan's 5th birthday. We know by what he said, "I can't wait to blow out the candles," and by the picture clue showing him sitting in front of a cake with 5 candles on it. We can also tell from other text clues like there were so many balloons and presents. When you make inferences, it's like putting together the pieces of a puzzle. You figure out what is really going on in a story by making a really good guess. The more pieces you have, the more you understand. Today you learned an inference is what you figured out about what you are reading based on the clues in a text. The clues might be in what the characters say, in what the characters do, or in the pictures. Now it's time to go get your book and read. See if you can find clues in what the characters say or do to make an inference. Or maybe the pictures will help you make an inference. When you're done, log on to Reading Wallet to take your book quiz. You have to make some inferences in order to answer some of the questions, so be a good detective. Happy reading from Reading Wallet.